Hi everybody. In this quick video, we're going to go over how plants synthesize or build all the molecules that they're made of. This begins primarily with the process that you've all heard of called photosynthesis. The two ingredients of this are CO2 or carbon dioxide from the air absorbed through the leaves, and then water absorbed via the roots and brought all the way up through trunks, branches, etc. into the leaves. In the leaves is where we use sunlight harvested to do photosynthesis. Now, you do need to know what photosynthesis builds, which is molecules called glucose, a type of sugar. And glucose has a chemical formula, as seen here, C6H12O6. And you may remember when we built this using models, it took 6 CO2s and 6 H2Os to build it. Now, if you also remember from our model building, there is some leftover red atoms in the center of the table. That was oxygen. Now, there's so much excess oxygen built through this process that most of it actually just leaks right out of the leaves into the air. Now, if a plant only made glucose, it wouldn't be able to grow especially well because glucose is just sugar. There are other things that the plant needs to build in order to grow, namely, the first couple are other carbohydrates made just of the same carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, CHNO, that are in glucose. Starches and fibers are just made of glucose. Nothing more needed. These are just other versions of carbs. The difference between the two is starch is stored glucose. You can break it back down into glucose and use it for energy purposes later, while fiber is the kind of stuff that basically remains fiber, primarily most of the trunk of a tree, for example. The other thing that can be made out of the carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen in glucose is fats and oils, also known as lipids. Now, that's still not all. There are a couple other categories that you need to know about. These two categories require other nutrients absorbed from the soil. The first of these nutrients is a source of nitrogen. This is usually absorbed in the form of nitrate ions from the soil through the roots, brought up the trunk, through the leaf, into the leaves, etc. And the nitrogen helps us build, along with the CHNO, proteins. We'll talk more about what those are used for at a later date. The other thing that we need to absorb from the soil is another nutrient that is a source of phosphorus. That's what the P stands for. This is phosphate. When absorbed and combined with nitrates and the atoms in glucose, that allows us to build the nucleic acids that were better known as DNA and RNA. That lists all of the different major molecules that are found in plants as they grow. On another time, we'll go over more steps. Hope that helped, everybody.